Deontay Johnson getting traded to the Ravens is a huge deal. This is a huge move for the AFC. I mean, Amari Cooper to the Bills, older receiver. DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs, older receiver. The Ravens did what the Chiefs and the Bills did, but younger and cheaper. They had to give up a 5th-round pick to get Deontay Johnson from the Panthers. A 5th-round pick, 6th-round pick swap thing deal with the Panthers. And hey, getting Deontay Johnson this year, it's a 1-year rental. So is D-Hop to the Chiefs. So is, Amari Cooper to the Buffalo Bills. But this 1-year rental, if he goes anywhere else and signs with another team in the offseason, he's on an expiring contract. So basically he's on the Ravens right now for nothing against the cap. If he goes somewhere else, the Ravens get a comp pick in 2026. That's going to be higher than the draft pick they gave up to get Deontay Johnson. So this was a great move by the Ravens GM, and adding a playmaker to this offense, it wasn't needed. They have a lot of playmakers. You can never have enough guys. I mean, now they have Derrick Henry, who leads the NFL in rushing right now. 9 touchdowns, 900 yards, rushing in 8 games. Crazy as fuck. Lamar Jackson is having his best season as a passer. 17 passing touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, 2,000 yards passing, 5th in the NFL. 17 touchdowns, that's, second best in the NFL right now behind Baker Mayfield. So he's having his best season. You get him another weapon along with, Rashad Bateman. I know he had that drop against the Browns. It was bad. The sun was in his eyes or whatever, but he's still been playing at a high level this year. 429 yards receiving, 3 touchdowns off 22 catches. Zay Flowers is on pace to have 1,000 yards this season. He has 500 yards receiving right now. A couple really good performances back to back. And they have a 2-headed monster at tight end. Isaiah Likely, 271 yards receiving. Mark Andrews has been playing better and better every week. The offensive line is improving. So you add another playmaker to this already explosive offense, a guy that gets open more than anybody in the NFL. You have 3 guys that could separate at a high level, and Deontay Johnson beats man coverage. He does a lot of things well that can benefit this Ravens offense. The games the Ravens lose, Derrick Henry doesn't have that many carries, so they need to make sure running the ball is their main identity. Don't allow a move like this to stop you from feeding Derrick Henry, but having 3 guys, 3 receivers, 3 weapons that can do some of the things these receivers can do, like separate, beat man coverage, get open, that's crazy. Defenses are going to have a field day against this Ravens team. They already were. You need a defense. You needed a pass rusher, maybe a corner. That's been the huge weakness for the Ravens, but right now, they can score 30 plus. They can outscore teams. They already could, but even more now with Deontay Johnson. So I'm excited to see him get up to speed with this Ravens team, and I think he could have a bigger impact than Amari Cooper on the Bills, then DeAndre Hopkins on the Chiefs, because he's putting up better numbers than those guys before the trade. 357 yards with Carolina, Andy Dalton and Bryce Young throwing him the ball. So going from Bryce Young and Andy Dalton to Lamar Jackson, he's happy as fuck, like most of those receivers were that got traded. So I think he's going to have a huge impact for the Ravens. I think he's going to put up better numbers than those guys and be more productive and have a larger impact because he doesn't need to be the number 1 option. Right now, they're saying Bateman, Zay Flowers, those guys are going to remain 1 and 2. So coming in as a 3rd best receiver, getting open, Lamar Jackson is going to have a field day having another weapon like this. Right now, he's on pace for 4,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing. So he's going to break some records this year. This offense is going to break records already how good they are running the ball. Having another weapon, they're going to break some records passing the ball as well. So this offense, have fun trying to stop them. This trade doesn't stop them from making another move. I think adding a guy like Tyrann Mathieu, a pass rusher, Jadeveon Clowney, maybe you could get him from the Panthers. They already did some business with you. Probably would be more expensive than, Deontay Johnson was. But yeah, get a pass rusher, get a corner, and you're cooking. Add some help to the secondary that's struggling right now. Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins, they were out. They're back, returned to practice. So that should help. But I think they need another guy in the secondary. And yeah, bring Jadeveon Clowney back. And the Ravens right now, they're looking like the most dangerous team in the AFC. Coming off a loss they shouldn't have lost. But Cleveland, come on. Cleveland's a pretty decent team with a good quarterback. So I think these next couple games, we're going to find out how good this team is really, because they got a tough schedule coming up. But they should handle business like they always do. And yeah, the Ravens, team to beat in the AFC right now.
Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.